It's nice to see you again. Our planet hides a lot of the unknown. We can easily face a lot of incredible moments that take our breath away. At the same time, there are many corners on every continent that can surprise even the most seasoned travelers. And it can be virtually everything. Incredible caves, golden beaches, beautiful forests, majestic mountains, and even masterpieces created by human hands. Today, we have prepared for you a selection of such incredible videos. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video. During the last decades, all attention of humanity has been focused on the ice in the Arctic. The interest is caused not only by economic considerations, but also by the fact that this is a clear example of the consequences of global warming. Despite the melting of the ice, there is no doubt that it is incredibly difficult to get through it. And now, just look at how easily a US nuclear submarine breaks through the 40-centimeter layer of ice. As soon as a person gets into the icy water, they experience severe shock. Some people have no other choice than to drown. At the same time, the majority of us will be actively fighting for life, which is insanely difficult in such conditions. These horses were extremely lucky because local farmers managed to organize a whole rescue operation in time. Thanks to their efforts, all 11 animals remained alive. Alaska is a real gem with a wide selection of unique ice caves, and one of the most interesting caves in this region is located in the Mendenhall Glacier. It is worth noting that these caves are sheltered by a rather thin layer of ice. The sunlight penetrates through it during the daytime and illuminates the halls with an amazing blue glow. It is very hard to get there, but you'd better hurry since the researchers assure you that the caves will disappear in 25 years, in particular due to the growing average summer temperatures in this region. The Christ of the Abyss sculpture is not located in a typical, easily accessible place. It was installed on the seabed of the Italian bay of San Frutuoso. Interestingly, the face and hands of Christ are turned up from the bottom of the sea, as if he is addressing the whole world, heaven, and God. People come to see this sculpture from all over the world. It is also very popular among divers. Just 15 years ago, this pond in Indonesia was a dirty and neglected vessel, and locals used it for bathing animals and washing carpets. As of today, the lake has crystal clear water with hundreds of fish of different species and colors. For a small fee, tourists can dive into the lake and hold a photo session with such items as a tent, a bicycle, and even a TV. In the era of Instagram, this place is a real gem to make some bright photos. And this lake in New Zealand looks like something radioactive because of its acidic color. The Devil's Bath is a light green pond with stagnant and bad-smelling water, which can rightfully be considered as a real natural miracle. It attracts travelers like a magnet because they want to witness the most strange and unnatural natural anomalies. The people of Japan are great masters of transforming nature into works of art. A few years ago, this lake was completely unknown, but now a large number of visitors come here to see blooming lilies and koi fish swimming. The popularity of the pond is explained by its striking similarity to a series of paintings by the French Impressionist artist Claude Monet. A fantastic underwater park is located in the southeast of Austria. Only diving enthusiasts can see what is hidden under its emerald waters. Interestingly, after the active melting of the snow, the volume of water in the lake increases sixfold. During the warm season, the depth of the lake is 12 meters. At that time, incredibly beautiful alpine meadows, astonishing paths, as well as trees and benches are hidden under the water. Somewhere in the middle of the Sahara Desert in Libya, one can find such a stunning oasis. The amount of salt in the lake water here is several times higher than in the sea, so it is impossible to drink water for those who suffer from thirst. Birds are lucky since they can eat mosquitoes, which contain naturally purified water. The Atacama Desert in Chile is the driest place on Earth, so it is very difficult to believe that once every 5 to 7 years, when small rains irrigate the area, the entire Atacama is covered with a sea of small multicolored wildflowers that create a huge flowering carpet. Thousands of tourists flock here during flowering because one can't miss such a really rare opportunity to see about 200 species of plants in the desert. Jason de Kyers from Britain is one of the most unique sculptors in the world. He creates his works and installs them at the bottom of various reservoirs, thus creating entire underwater museums. All his works reflect the ecological processes of the marine environment, as well as illustrate the complex relationship between modern art and nature. They reflect that nothing lasts forever in this world. As they say, one man's meat is another man's poison. It may be the truth, but it's hard to even believe that there are real fans of the following product. We are talking about Kasumarzu cheese, which is filled with thousands of cheese fly larvae. Its production is mainly located in the villages of Sardinia and is listed in the list of traditional Italian products. However, mass sale of it is prohibited due to violations of various sanitary standards. This hill in the north of Lithuania is called the Mountain of Crosses. The hill is filled with tens of thousands of crosses and crucifixes of all sizes. From homemade wooden crosses several meters high to small metal crosses. In recent decades, this place has attracted pilgrims of various faiths like a magnet. Just a few dozen kilometers from the small Finnish town of Suomussalmi, there is a field that is completely filled with stuffed sculptures. A whole crowd of silent figures stands motionless in a huge clearing surrounded by a forest. It's hard to understand that these are not real people, but only mannequins. There are thousands of them here. In fact, this is an art installation called Silent People by Finnish artist Ryo Kela, created in 1994. In the northwest of Turkey, one can find a ghost town called Burj Al Babas. Hundreds of castles can be found in the small village. All 732 houses look the same, while their gray-blue spires and Gothic decoration make them similar to Disneyland castles. However, if you take a closer look, you will see that Burj Al Babas is rather alarming and recalling the consequences of the apocalypse. This mysterious crooked forest grows near the town of Gryfino in western Poland. There are 400 pine trees on a small territory which look a bit different. They are all curved and strictly facing north. No one knows the real reason for the appearance of such unusual trees, so there are only many hypotheses. If you like extreme entertainment, then the Cage of Death will definitely make the adrenaline rush because this is a pool with live crocodiles. A special cage is lowered into the water, which gives participants a 360-degree view of these predators, so you will have no choice but to meet them face to face. Some incredibly scary pools were created by nature itself. Here is the best example. The Devil's Pool is a natural pond located at the top of Victoria Falls. This powerful waterfall is the highest in the world, so swimming its pools is very dangerous for life. In recent years, at least 20 people have died while trying to swim in this rather innocent-looking place. The height of Victoria Falls is 128 meters, so every second it drops tons of water into a narrow gorge. A water tornado hit the coast of Italy. This is a funnel-shaped vortex of air and water that occurs over the ocean or sea when cumulus clouds appear. Such tornadoes never exist for too long. They last for up to half an hour, but they rise up tens of meters. Fortunately, in this case, it did not leave behind any wounded people or large-scale destruction, only a few trees were uprooted. A huge swarm of mayflies has been spotted in Burlington, Iowa. There were so many insects in the city that local authorities ordered them to turn off street lighting. Just imagine the scale of the invasion if the weather radar shows the number of mayflies hovering above the cities along the Mississippi River. Just looking at the crystal caves in Iceland, you might think that you are in some kind of fantasy world. For many centuries in a row, thawed and rainwater that flowed deep into the glacier gradually solidified, thus acquiring an unusual blue color. Even if the glacier remains white from the outside, inside it looks completely different. The sunlight penetrates into the ice cave from both sides and allows you to see an amazing cascade of blue lights. Canadians had to return to the Ice Age in 2018 when a snowstorm paralyzed life in the city. It took local workers several days to clear the city, at least in order to move through the streets, and it was possible to resume the work of schools and other institutions. Since ancient times, people have come up with many ways to fish, but none of these ways guarantees success. Everything directly depends on your actions. In this case, a very unusual method was chosen. Covering one's body with mud and choosing a secluded place to wait for the desired fish have created the opportunity to get dinner for the fishermen. I hope you liked our video. Please don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode.